taste runs left field, if your taste runs very obscure, if your taste runs counter to fashion, you're not going to see it on CD.
The vinyl people are ready to fight about the issues from every standpoint, from the natural sound of the music to the graphics. It's like being a Yankees fan. There's no downside. Everything is good.
You don't get all the frequencies, but there's an immediate quality to the sound, besides the magic that it works.
This is the most frequently reissued record that I know of, and deservedly so. To me, it's a masterpiece, and one track in particular, I am more interested in the music sounding good without a lot of noise. I don't care if it's mono or stereo. Actually, I do care. I always prefer mono than stereo. I really do think it sounds better, but people would whack me over the head if I said that. It's a young Bill Evans. It's got everything going for it. Got fabulous personnel. It was made by Columbia when they were still using tube equipment. And so the whole sound spectrum comes across big.
I was the freak in my crowd. I was the guy that actively pursued it, went out, bought things, turned my friends onto it. I get those guys now.
He did one record with Fela Kuti.
It's a very rare record.
It's very rare, right?
It's really good.
It's really
It's really good.
And it's not
I had it
reissued,
once,
right?
and it's not reissued.
But they got
My favorite thing is to turn other people on, especially kids. And if I can turn them on to something, put on a record, and they just react in a pure manner, like, oh, yeah, I like that. It's old music as new music. It's not about nostalgia. Same thing as looking at a painting or a drawing or watching a film. To me, it's just an aesthetic jolt. As long as I get a spark, I'm happy.
Vinyl's always been big for us. We kind of like a mom and pop record company.
The feeling that we have about this stuff is, so these people were probably too wild to record for big-time labels back then, and they're still too wild to be issued on a so-called big-time label.
I mean, we put this out, King Usnevich and the Usnevich Tones, 3 volumes. People said, great, I want it. These people made records saying, this is what I like, hopefully somebody will like it. 6 months before Dale Hawkins had made Susie Q, they made this primitive recording of Susie Q, and that's what we put out here. That's pretty raw. That's the adventure in it, like picking up a record going, what is this? And then when you find out, you know, it could be real rewarding. I mean, you know, possibly not.
Hello. How are you? When I made my first little machine, I saw Mr. Wizard, took a cone of paper, put a hat pin through it, and put it on a turntable, and it played. Excuse coming through. Thank you. In the mid-'80s, the work on which I was doing, totally, it was a disaster. It fell apart. Then my world collapsed. And in order to make myself feel better, I started, you know, making the machines. And so I thought, well, why not bring one of these to the park? It makes me feel good. It may make other people feel good. Excuse me, coming through. Thank you. Next is a piece from the prison scene from Faust. It's with Geraldine Farrar, Caruso, and Marcel Genet. A good day in the park actually is if they're a group of people, they stay for a while, and something happens among everybody. If you watch it, and all of a sudden all these gears start turning, and from it you get sound. It's amazing. It's a very, very simple technology. And it's fascinating. And it's very therapeutic.
To me, it's all oral tradition. And I pass that on now.
It's sort of like we're carrying on what we know as being records.